Well, this is about all of us. Have you ever felt a deep sense of restlessness? Feeling that something essential is missing all the time? Even when your life seems to be in perfect order, there's an underlying anxiety. We're going to find the root cause of that feeling together. Because this struggle with your own mind is a universal human experience. It is the constant mental noise, the endless loop of overthinking, replaying old conversations, and worrying about the future. It's an invisible force that makes us feel like we're just passengers in our own lives, caught in the current of our thoughts, yearning for a deeper sense of peace and authenticity. But what if the answer isn't another self-help technique, meditation, or spiritual practice? What if the key to true peace and freedom isn't about changing the world around you, but about fundamentally changing your relationships with the world within you, in a total and unexpected way? We all have this idea of who we are, right? Our job, our relationships, our past experiences, all bundled into this thing what we call me. But what if that me isn't a solid thing at all? What if it's just a story our mind keeps telling itself? Think of it this way. A rock is a rock. It doesn't have a past. It doesn't worry about the future. It just is. But we humans are different. We're constantly building this persona, this me, that's a mashup of old thoughts and feelings. It's like wearing a mask 24/7. And it is very exhausting. This me is a neurological construct, self-referential system, and it is consisting of memory, thoughts, and sensations. It is the very thing that prevents us from being fully present here and now. Ever looked at something we have seen a million times, but this time we really see it, like a tree? Like we are not thinking about what is it called or what it means. We're just seeing it for what it is. Our brains are hardwired to label everything. These labels like my car, my job, my bad habit, my ideas, are mental shortcuts. These labels aren't the truth. They are just mental models, shortcuts our brains use to make sense of things fast. But by doing that, they create a layer between us and the reality. They keep us from experiencing the world as it is, truly it is, the raw, unfiltered reality before our mind stories take over. The beautiful thing is, we don't have to train our brain to stop. Key is to simply be a choiceless observer. When we just see things without labeling, our minds get quieter. This is not a process or a long spiritual journey. It's an instantaneous act of perception. The moment we perceive the totality of our mind's noise ceases, and we feel lighter. So when all the mental chatter fades, what is left? Life. It is this powerful, endless flow that doesn't care about our resume or our social media feeds. Life isn't something we have. It's something we are. We are not part of it. Our very nature is life. Science is starting to back this up. Neuroscientists have a term for constant inner dialogue and self-referential thinking. The brain's default mode network, or DMN. This network is what gives us a sense of a separate self, constantly replaying the past and rehearsing the future. When we are lost in this loop, the DMN is highly active. But research shows that practices like choiceless awareness actually quiet DMN. When that happens, other parts of our brain responsible for present moment awareness and sensory perception light up. This isn't just a spiritual idea. This is a measurable neurological event. We are not just changing our thoughts, we are literally rewiring our brains, shifting the very structure that holds our identity story in place. Our feelings, our thoughts, our body, they aren't ours in the way we think they are. They are just the way life experiences itself through us. And when we finally get this, we stop living in fear. The ego, the fake me, is built on fear. But being is all about love. And when we let go of the need for control everything, we are not living from a place of fear anymore. We are living from a place of love, finally. I'm almost hearing you. How do we actually do this? It sounds simple, but it's a decision, an action, and a seeing. We don't have to meditate for hours or retreat to a mountaintop. We have to be a non-judgmental observer. Of course, we need our minds. We need to think to do our jobs, build technology, and navigate our daily lives, which is fine. Thought is an incredible tool for solving external practical problems. But here's the critical distinction. Thought is not the tool for understanding ourselves. It's completely unnecessary when it comes to our identity, our ego, and our sense of me. Think about it. When we use thought for self-analysis, we just create more layers of complexity. Let me break it down. Our minds is like a machine that just won't quit, always replaying the past or stressing about future. For instance, we might be chilling on a couch and suddenly our brain starts replaying that awkward conversation from yesterday. Here we go. The normal reaction is to get sucked in, feel embarrassed, and beat ourselves up or attack that person in our minds. But instead, let's become choicelessly aware. This isn't about watching a thought pass by, it's about seeing the entire mechanism of mind in action. In that moment of complete awareness, we see the trouble and suffering it causes, and that very perception is the action that ends it. When we see this truth, we realize there was never a driver. We are nothing, not a thing. As our mind and brain become absolutely quiet, our personal will disappears, and the other intelligence becomes operational. Life itself takes the wheel and we let it unfold. This isn't just a mental shift. It's an end of a conflict that has defined us for centuries as humankind. This may sound complex, but the truth is, it's incredibly simple. Maybe that's why it is sounding so complex and difficult. We have seen that our identity, the me, is a story our mind creates. We have learned that true freedom isn't found by trying to fix that story, but being able to see it for what it is. It's about embracing choiceless awareness, seeing mind's mechanisms without judgment. And in that very act of perception, something pops up nicely, ending the suffering it creates. It's about realizing we are not the driver, but life itself. The stream of consciousness is unfolding. When we get out of our own way, we live life as it is, without a story about who we should be. That's a life without fear, full of love, and peace with being. This isn't just an idea to think about, it's an invitation to experience. Join me. The next time a thought about me comes up, pause, see it, don't engage. The work, the real change, begins in that single moment. The power of being is waiting for all of us to live it. If this video connected with you, if you're keen to live in the now, hit that like button. Drop a comment below and let me know your thoughts. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out our next video. Thanks for watching and stay awake.